With the lifting of the mask mandate on March 11th, clubs who meet indoors have been able to take full advantage of meetings and allow members to receive the full experience of a club, something not known prior to the pandemic. Club leaders are doing what they can to return to normalcy and make sure that everyone feels welcome and included.
It's honestly been so great. One of the things that I really love, it's kind of cheesy, but I just love seeing smiles on people's faces. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, people are just more like open to talking to you, and it's easier to talk to you because, again, there's not like a barrier between you. And now we get to have food at meetings and stuff, which we didn't before, so that's always fun.
I feel like more people are able to come and interact with each other, and yeah, we've had a good turnout.
I think that clubs have just been able to have a lot more events, whether that's outside or in person. I think that just not having masks, we're just able to have so many more fun events.
It's been a ton of fun, really free. We were being on Zoom for a while, which was okay, but it's just really nice to be back in person. Without masks, it just feels like back to normal in some ways, so really good.
It's been really great because now we get to all communicate and smiles, and it felt kind of isolated without the mask.
I think that food is just a great incentive for people to come out on a Wednesday night to a club meeting. So yeah, it's definitely increased numbers at the meetings.
Well, we've had the last 3 meetings that we've had, Chick-fil-A and I think pizza the first time, so that's been cool because we were able to have food before.
I think masks add a layer of nervousness and just kind of want to stay away from people, but without them there's less barriers between you and someone else. So I think not having to wear masks really helps relationships build and trust build between people.
Without the mask mandate, it's possible to enjoy that slice of pizza with your friends in person. Make sure you're staying safe on campus, and remember that masks are still required inside medical buildings, at COVID-19 testing centers, in child care centers, and in cabs buses. For Buckeye TV, I'm Kyle Bucklew.
Texas is different. It doesn't have, on the playgrounds, you can go play on the playgrounds, but we have fire ants. So it's not like you can have a picnic without being bitten badly.
Yeah.
It's super hot a lot of the time. The tax base is low. Everybody loves it because you don't pay a lot of tax, but therefore there aren't a lot of services. There aren't that many free parks and stuff. So we just joined the zoo, and we went to the zoo all the time. So it was either she was going to be a sailor, or she was going to be an astronaut, or she was going to be the great American novelist, or zookeeper.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where it came from.
So it's up on Chittenden Avenue. So it's a good mile walk from where I live right now, which is not too bad because I like walking. Both our names are on it. So the name is Chittenden Veterinary Clinic. We are a dog and cat clinic, so we're small animal. We will see the occasional, if there's an emergency, we'll see another animal, but it's very rare. And so we have 2 doctors at the clinic and a staff of probably about, if I had to say 15 people that alternate in and out, including myself. So it's a small clinic, but it's a pretty great community.
How's it been?
I go to work and it's not really the hardest thing in the world because you get taught how to do a task and you do the task, and if you do it right, you're fine, you just keep going. And it doesn't require a lot of brain power most of the time because I'm not a veterinarian yet. So I don't have to be solving the really complicated cases that sometimes we see. But I love where I work. I'm very motivated by not failing. So I've known that I've wanted to be a veterinarian or be really involved with animal work since I was really young, and especially when I got to college, it made me think a lot about the goals that I wanted, who I wanted to be, and who I wanted to hopefully become. And I realized to be that kind of person, to get where I want to go, being determined and having work ethic is the only way that I'm going to make it. And I'm not going to make any decisions now that I'm going to regret 2 years down the line when I'm applying for vet school, because I'm just not willing to sacrifice that dream. So.
The ugly conditions outside and concerns of illness are just two of several reasons why some students are deciding to skip class in the morning. I spoke with some of these students about why they may decide to make the executive decision to call off class and sleep in.
Well, I always walk to my classes because I live on campus. And I prefer to not walk in the ice or snow. Recently, with all the snowstorms, it's been kind of rough because the sidewalks aren't always plowed. And I do have good snow boots, but it still is a hassle because I feel like I'm stumbling around and like I don't have the speed that I used to have with plowed sidewalks. So it's more of a hassle to get to class with the winter weather.
One of the few reasons would probably be if I were sick. If I woke up sick, not feeling well, just in case of COVID, I wouldn't go to class.
I'm definitely concerned about sick classmates attending class. I think if you're sick, you should stay home, even if it's not COVID. And I think that's something we should follow in general. And we used to follow often. So I appreciate when teachers have a Zoom option as well as in-person option, because that allows students to, if they're sick, they can still attend class and they're not punished for it. So they have no reason to come if they're sick.
But not everyone has a problem with the early morning grind. Staying on top of coursework remains heavy on the minds of some students.
I am notorious for not skipping class. I don't even miss days of school for being sick, and I have not since high school. I could probably count on my fingers the amount of days of school that I've missed. I don't skip class.
I don't usually skip class, but if I do, it's usually because I have something more important going on, like if it's something regarding my health, or if like a doctor's appointment, or there's been a couple times where I'm just tired, had a long night before, and so I just didn't go in, but I don't think there's a lot of reason to skip a class. So
Whatever the reason may be, sleeping in for that extra hour has never bothered students, especially as we enter the difficult midpoint of the semester. Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Kyle Bucklew.